I love that girls look to me as a role model.
不过呢，还是得跟我说呢，第一个呢，这个标题写的是说呢，我很高兴这个女孩子呢把我视为她的一个楷模。
Lost laughs and new kisses.
这边呢，失去的爱还有新的这个吻。
I Google myself, therefore I am.
那这边写说，我的存在是由于呢，我去 Google 我自己。
They didn't let me choose who to love.
这边呢写说，他们没有办法让我选择我爱的人。
This other conceptual work is called change of clothes, and in this case I use English porcelain and earthenware, children clothes, string and rusty wire.
这边呢是一个概念式的一个作品，我把它称为这个换衣服。那这边我用的是一些未上釉的这个瓷，还有陶呢，还有这个儿童的衣服，还有一些的这个铁线，还有这个以及还有丝线。
In this hanging installation is hanging from the ceiling. The parental sentences and peer labeling at school are the lexical unit I picked in this case to work with.
那这些的这个作品呢是垂挂，从天花板上垂挂下来。那上面呢，我的英文呢挂了一些的字。那它这个字呢，就是常常可能同台之间给你贴的标签，或者是父母亲呢会对孩子用的一些话。
In such a domestic support as children clothes hanging from the ceiling, held by rusty wire pegs, the presence of porcelain and earthenware is crucial for this work.
那对我来说呢，这个创作呢用到了这个生锈的这个铁线啊，还有包括了这种没有上釉的这些陶，还有没上釉未上釉的瓷，还有陶呢，其实是非常重要的去表达一种在居家的一个感觉。
Porcelain and earthenware provide both burden and sonority to the words. If these names we received when we were kids did not place a burden on us or make such a noise or keep resounding within us, we would not notice them.
这些字呢，其实使用这样的材料，我用这个釉，用这个瓷还有陶呢，其实它对我来讲，它就是变成一种把这些词语呢，给它们一个很响亮的一个声音。因为这些词语呢，在我们小时候，它可能就是一个别人常常叫你的一个名字，或者是让你造成了很多的负担。因此呢，你就一直时时刻刻意识到这些的标签。
In the boy trouser, it's the same word in masculine and in feminine in Spanish, which is tightly tied to the groin, and it is the word that usually parents use to tell their kids off when they're touching their their private parts in public.
那这边呢，比如说这个有一个是小男生的裤子。那这上面呢用的一个字呢是一个西班牙文的字，就是说，因为小孩子常有时候呢在不顾这个理解，在外面呢就会抓自己的这个下体啊，然后瘙痒什么。那父母亲就告诉他，你不准做这个事情。那他们用的这个字，他把它挂在这个裤裆这里。
Literally would be ugly. The second one, which is a schoolgirl dress, it only has one word. Which is in Spanish, it is tightly tied on the back, and it means sissy.
这个字呢，就是说很难看，你不要做这个动作。那另外一个是小女生的衣服，然后呢，它是挂在她的背后。那这个字呢，西语的意思就是说娘娘腔的意思。
Actually, it's in masculine. I forgot to mention that.
而且这个字呢，我们因为西班牙文有阴阳性之分，那这里呢，我们用的其实是阳性的字，也就是形容一个男生。
The idea is to catch the viewer unaware in their own environment, in their own historical closet, leaving them speechless in front of a change of clothes.
那所以呢，我们做了这样的一个作品呢，就是呢要让大家呢去意识到，可能在过去的时候，他们也许被贴上了什么样的标签，被这个父母亲做过什么样的这个斥责，让他们呢从这样子的过去的记忆的衣柜里面呢走出来。
What are we if we are not defined by ourselves or the others? What do we do with so many labels deeply rooting within us.
那我到底呢？如果说有这么多的这个标签，它呢贴在我们身上，或者是已经深植在我们心中了，我们要怎么样的去？我们会对这些标签到底有什么样子的一个想法，或怎么去回应？而且呢，如果没有这些标签的话，你是一个什么样的人
Again, these questions have no answer, and it's up to each of us. Again, uncertainty is the common denominator of my conceptual works.
那当然了，这样子一个问题呢是没有回答的。那这种不确定性呢，其实也就是我的概念作品这个区块当中的一个最常见的元素。
Talking about translations, good girl.
那我这边呢可以看到一些字的它的这个英文的意思。首先第一个呢就是好女孩
Tomboy.
然后呢这边就是一个就是像男生一样的女孩。
And useless.
你很没有用 useless.
And finally, we arrived to the piece of work I'm currently exhibiting in the third floor here, which was the juror's recommendation prize. Thank you to the juror if it's around here. And it's called Floods of Tears 2.
最后呢，讲到的就是我这次呢获得评审推荐奖的作品。那如果现场有这个评审的话，我也非常谢谢他们。这个呢就是它的标题 Floods of Tears 2。
In previous works, as I showed you, I have explored elements that define us into being, such as the context and the labeling from others, such as judging parental words or names put on us from schoolmates.
那我前面的这个作品呢，讲到的是一些我们的身份的认同，或者我们周遭的一个情境，或什么所被贴上的标签，或是呢你的父母亲常对你斥责的话。
In this work, I'm incorporating another two elements, equally integral in the definition of ourselves. Those are the gaze of others and water.
那另外呢，我这个作品当中其实融合了两个元素。那他们其中呢，就是一个他人对他人的一个凝视，从别的人的角度来看你；还有一个呢，就是水，这两个元素。
If most of our being is water, how much of this water is tears?
那如果呢，身体当中有这么多的水，那这些水里面有多少呢是我们的眼泪的？
These two containers, as I named them, carry references to both the watery lapse of time and to that water within us, always ready to spring, longing for flowing, longing for catharsis and presence.
那这里的这些容器呢，我把它称为这个眼泪的容器了。它其实对我来讲，就反映了这个意义呢，就是说我们这种身体里面的水呢，有这种流动的这个欲望，并且呢，也有这种希望呢获得一种安慰或者一种疗愈的这个欲望。
And using the looping biographical video, I tried to infuse these vessels with two other elements. The first one is a gaze from outside ourselves.
那我这个上面呢，在运用这个投影。投射在这些容器上面，主要呢也就是想要表达出两个概念。第一个呢，就是由他人的凝视。
Every video, every film is, by definition, a particular way from somebody. Let's say the director, in case of the flips, or in this case, all the footage has been screened by my parents when I was a child.
那其实呢，每一个我们所用的影片，其实影片本身它就是从一个人的眼光看出去。那比如说呢，可能是由导演的眼光，或者是像我所播放的，其中有一部分呢，就是由我父母亲所拍摄我的童年的影片。
The second element I'm trying to infuse using a video is the chaotic complexity of our own memories, whimsically being projected onto our own consciousness. Again and again, like the children playing the ring around the roses in the video.
那另外一个我想要表达的就是我们记忆的一个混乱性，还有复杂性。那他用一个非常令人着迷的方式，那可能呢一直的在我们的心中去做投影。 像我这个影片当中呢，有看到这个孩子在嬉戏的这个样子。
I was going to show you the video, but I have plenty of signs beckoning at me saying I am out of time. So that's it for today.
我本来想看这个影片的，但是因为时间呢，我知道已经不够了，所以呢，以上就是我今天。
So, 非常感谢。Thank you. You want to go to the
因为我们今天是预定晚上9点结束，所以时间的关系，我们就不特别再做休息。所以如果大家就是需要休息或上厕所的话，可以自行休息。那我们还是继续进行下去。
We're scheduled to finish by 9, so we won't take a break. If you need a restroom break, just feel free to go to the restroom.
那接下来我们还剩大概20分钟左右的时间。那我们今天有2位展出者想要跟我们分享他的作品。那因为时间比较少，所以可能就是每一位大概10分钟，简单的去介绍他的作品，跟大家分享。
We still have about 20 minutes left, so we have 2 exhibitors who are going to talk about their works, and each of them will have around 10 minutes.
好，那第一位我们欢迎来自比利时的 Anne。
I'm Anne van Rooij, and I'm coming from Belgium, and I'm very happy to be here. So, and I'm also going to be very short because it's already very late.
我来自比利时，我今天很高兴有机会来跟大家做一些的简介。时间很短，因为呢，今天我现在知道已经呢很晚了，所以我尽量简短一些。
I don't have an artistic background. I studied ceramics I studied economics at university, and I worked as a salesman till 6 years ago.
其实我没有这个学艺术的背景，我其实大学念的是经济，那我这一直到6年前呢，我都是做销售员的业务员的工作。
And 6 years ago, I decided to try to become a professional ceramist, and this was the first work I made for an international competition.
所以6年前呢，我开始呢决心要做一个专业的陶艺家。当时呢，参加了一个陶艺竞赛，是我的作品。
And it was an immediate success because I got a selection in Valoris and also a bronze medal in Korea.
那我这个作品呢是很成功，那我得到了一个韩国竞赛的铜奖。
Yeah, that's Janice Mansfield giving my bronze medal. And in the same year, I had an award at in Varashding, who was selected.
同年呢，我也在这个Varashding呢，刚刚这个克埃夏地方呢，他也入选了一个决赛，一个最终的一个决胜者。
And this was really my year because I got the first prize with Kapfenberg with this work.
所以呢，并且呢，还有得到奥地利的一个竞赛的奖。
And then I make also porcelain cups, and there was a competition in Switzerland where I was selected with this little porcelain cup.
那这边呢，我的一个作品呢，也获得了瑞士的竞赛的这个入选。
That's from the same series.
是同一系列的。
And I got an exhibition at Galerie Hélène Corée in Paris.
我也在这个巴黎的一个美术馆呢做了一个个展。
And yeah, I put in this picture because it's my daughter explaining my work to her to her girlfriends, and I like this picture very much. And she's joining. She's coming tomorrow. My daughter to join me here.
那这是照片我取来的，因为是我的女儿呢在跟她的朋友介绍我的作品，然后明天呢她也会跟过来的台湾。
Yeah, this is another competition.
是另外一个竞赛。
In Belgium, in my country.
在我自己的国家比利时的一个竞赛。
We're a very small country, Belgium, but we're very active in ceramics. And this year we have 4 Belgian competitors in this show.
比利时虽然很小，可是我们在陶艺方面是非常活跃的。那在台湾的陶艺双年展就有4位比利时的陶艺家。
And I had an exhibition in France in 2010, and I wanted to show it to you because it's such an exceptional building, this gallery.
那这是2010年在法国的一个美术馆的一个展览，因为这个建筑非常的特殊，所以我想给各位看一下。
It was with 2 other ceramics. And this is in 2011 in Pils Ceramics in Brussels. It's my gallery. And I exhibited there with Gustavo Perez. I was very proud.
那这边呢是在2011年的时候呢，我们在这个布塞尔呢展出了与另外一个艺术家 Gustavo Perez 的这个合展。
That's Gustavo.
那这是他本人。
And I also make work for a design event for a gallery, and then I don't. I don't glaze my pots, but I spray them with car paint. There are some Italians here, and this is Ferrari red.
那这边呢，我一般不会上釉的，但是我是这边呢是用这个烤漆，这是这个法拉利红，这是为了一个布鲁塞尔的一个设计活动所做的。
And this was in Reno in November last year, or September. Yeah.
是去年的大概9月左右的时候，在日本的这个 Reno 所参加的陶瓷竞赛。
And this is from Luc Lauerman. It's another Belgian ceramist who is also selected here in this competition. And she couldn't be here because her son was getting married, but she regretted not to be here. So.
这是另外一位比利时的陶艺家他的作品，他这次也有入选的，因为他的儿子要结婚，所以他是不能来的，觉得很遗憾。
And she won a prize in Reno.
对，而且呢，他获得了这个 Mino 的这个竞赛的奖。
And this is just to show that my work is that I'm working less symmetric than in the beginning, and it's evaluating a little bit. And this was an exhibition I had in Switzerland last year.
那这是这是去年呢，在这个瑞士的一个个展。我看我现在做的东西呢，跟一开始的风格比较不一样，其实是比较对称式的，现在比较有些的改变。
This work explains very well what is inspiring me. I always start from the hemisphere, from this bowl, and then I look how it changes under the different cuts I make in the bowl.
那这边呢也是看到我是一些灵感的来源，我通常是从左边这边的这个东西开始，我看到，所以我应该是从下面这个圆球地方开始，我看我的这些作品的这个它的这个形态有哪些的变化。
And this was work I made for New York.
那这是呢为一个纽约的这个艺廊所做的作品。
Yeah, these two.
这两件。
I think that's it.
好，以上是我的。
I also work in my short career as a designer for a Belgian company, and they asked me to design tableware.
我这个短短的这个担任设计师这几年当中，我也跟一个比利时的公司合作，然后设计餐具。
So here I only make one prototype and the company does the rest.
我只是做一个基础的一个设计的雏形、一个原型，再让他们再去做其他的发挥。
So this was it. Thank you.
Now, last presenter of the day, let's welcome a presenter from Norway.
Hello, I'm Brita, and I'm from Norway. And you wouldn't believe, but actually, I come from the tradition of figurative sculpture. I'm represented in this finale with this a piece called White Cube Mobile. Actually, it's an interactive sculpture. It's originally an interactive sculpture.
其实可能各位会相信呢，我原本的这个训练呢是做这个形体的雕塑的。那这是我的一个作品呢，它其实是一个，它其实也是一个非常互动式的雕塑。
And it has the shape of white cube, and it's built up. It's handmade actually, and it's built up by 3 different square cases. Oh, I have to push this. And it compromise. I think it's altogether 21 pieces that can be put together in into endless miniature sculptures.
这边呢，其实里面总共呢，我们有3个这个方形的盒呢，然后它里面呢有21件这样子的这个东西在里面，你可以把它组合成任意你想要的一个形状，所以它其实有这个无限的这个排列。
I read very quick.
好，我们快速的走过这些图片。
Originally it's an interactive sculpture, but here in the Biennale, because it's very vulnerable, so we decided to make this what do you call it? A wall installation, and then I go back to this piece. It's a cast from the neck bone of the Arctic cod, and I like to play, and I like to play with the objects. But for me, playing is also a kind of exploration and investigation, and it has also a part of complementation and reflection, actually. And this and actually this piece is a play with concepts of art. So someone might ask, is this craft? I don't know. Actually, to make these small pieces claimed a lot of craft skill. It was very technical to make these very, very tiny small pieces.
其实它原本应该是要一个互动式的一个作品，但是在双年展当中，因为这个中间比较脆弱，所以我们直接把它是固定在墙上做一个展示。然后其实它是这个概念是来自于一种这种北极海的一个这个类似鳕鱼或什么鱼的这个一个鱼骨。 那它其实是一个很好玩的东西，你可以来做很多的探索。然后呢，其实它也是有人说它像是一个工艺品或者是艺术，但其实它不见得它可以什么都是。那在做这个东西呢，它是需要花很多这个技术的。
Someone might say that this is design, it's a kind of sophisticated Lego bricks. It's okay. But for me, it's kind of playing with concepts of art actually. And I forgot to honor the museum and all the staff for how you have been taking care of us. And also, the staff has been taking care of all the pieces here. They are so skilled. I was here some days before the Biennale started, and how they handle all these complex, vulnerable pieces. I was really overwhelmed actually. And they got some instructions for my pieces. It consists of altogether, I think it's more than 80 pieces, and it's got their own touch actually. It's not exactly how I had planned it, but so now I want to encourage and invite the museum and not to store this cube in the basement, not always, maybe take it up sometime and play with it and really make your own kind of miniature sculptures. So, have I more time?
我非常感谢这次这个博物馆呢，非常对我们非常的热情的把蛋糕照顾得那么好，而且把我们的这些艺术的作品呢，其实也做得非常妥善的这个照顾，因为他们其实是